Welcome back. Last episode, we finally triumphed over Araxor, my greatest foe, in the takeover of my last hardcore Ironman life by ripping the fang from his cold, dead corpse and turning it into a scythe. If that's not the most metal thing ever, then I don't know what to tell you. This episode is going to be a bit more chill as we come down from that high, but there's still plenty to get excited about. That's another PB at the Blackstone Dragon, and it's 30 seconds off my kill time. Those Nightmare Gauntlets really help. I just dumped all my Strange Rocks, and that's going to be a cooking level. There you go, level 93 cooking. Oh, it is the most marginal PB. 1.8 seconds off my kill time, and obviously no loot. I still think it's funny that I gain Invention XP almost as fast as I gain Archaeology XP when doing Archaeology with the Magic of Time and Space. That's level 102 Invention. And that's level 111 Archaeology gained. I've also just finished up an enormous number of Goblin collection logs, and I should be able to complete a whole bunch of Tetra Compasses from this. Okay, including the compass pieces already in my bank, I should have roughly 15 compasses by the time I'm done here. I also picked up a huge number of Chronos from this, so I think I can buy the final Matic Precision upgrade, 150k Chronos. Sorry, I can't say that word. And yeah, I can buy that. There you go, Prodigal Spender, all the upgrades from the shop unlocked. Okay, I made 13 Tetra Compass clues in the end. It's taken about 30 minutes, but I am currently excavating the last of the clues. I've forgotten that it actually takes a while to dig these things up. It's not like clue caskets where it's just instant. Okay, so I got all 13 caskets here, time to open them. What I think I'm looking for most of all, other than Tony's Matic of course, which is a 1 in 10k drop rate, is binding contracts and complete tomes for the Archaeology XP. Binding contracts are a hassle to make and are basically required for all the good summons, and complete tomes are just free XP. So you get 1 to 2 complete tomes per chest, so hopefully I get 2 more than I get 1. Oh no, I have no bank space. How bad is it? Oh, it's bad. Yeah, it's not good. How did I let my bank get like this? I have 1,000 bank slots. Alright, that was a painful process. I had to get rid of a lot of things that were precious to me, like a stack of 5 Lord Talismans I had in my bank for some reason. But I now have got 37 bank slots open, so back to the caskets. Look at these XP drops in the tomes. 100 million XP per hour, that's insane. That was about 1.4 million XP from those tomes. Okay, so now my bank is just, wow, a horrific mess. So now what I will do is spend the next god knows how long making and turning in all the artifacts from here, which should get me some good XP and also make me feel less stressed every time I open my bank and have to see this bank slot number. That's going to be level 112 Archaeology, and I'm making some good progress at cleaning up my Archaeology tab. Take a look, 956. It's a new month and new god statues, and that is level 92 construction. Halfway there. Taking a break from Archaeology to grab level 104 farming from player-owned farms. Gains. Alright, I'm pretty close to getting rid of all my artifacts, and yeah, it's beginning to burn me out a little bit. Not gonna lie, don't do this, kids. Do not do this. Okay, I basically finished cleaning up my bank of all my Archaeology relics, and whilst it did cost me both my soul and my sanity, it's actually looking pretty clean right now. Look at that, down to 928. Still got a bunch of Bandos and Zaros items that I'll be keeping around for now because I might hand them in as collections. I've got 700 pylon batteries. I'll cash those in, and almost 200,000 chronotes. More than that actually, because I added some to my currency pouch. Almost 100 bank slots free in total, and I'm feeling pretty good about this. Speaking of feeling good, I'm about to put 700 charges into the pylon, and look at this XP drop, 480k XP, and that means I've got about 1.5 levels from this whole Tetracrompus grind. Not really sure it was worth it, to be honest, but it's done now. I've just perked out my scythe. For now, I'm just putting Precise 6 and Scavenging 3 on here, because I'm going to wait until I get to level 120 invention before going for endgame invention perks for the better chance of getting them, and this should be good enough for now. First Slayer task with the scythe at iRoots, and maybe it's just my imagination, but it did feel very good. Soul Split was more than enough to keep me topped up here. I got an Irit Slayer Soul too, my personal Slayer dungeon, which is nice. I'm going to really date this video, but it's June, and Jagex just released a teaser video for the newest skill, Necromancy, and it looks really cool. It's also inspired me to try to get a bit more up to date with these videos too. I'd love to be able to release videos that were a bit more contemporary when Necromancy releases and do some of those quests and stuff. There's also a new event called the Golden Cape, which is a bit like the Golden Party Hat from a few episodes ago. You have to get various cape shards from different activities around the game, and then when you get 8 of them, you hand them in for a cool Golden Cape. So I'll be trying to do that over the next few weeks. Ooh, Dinosaur Egg. You know, back in the day, that would have been a super cool drop, but now that the Dream of Ire just pumps these out, it's not quite as good as it used to be. I do have another dinosaur in the bank though, so maybe it's a breeding pair? Ah, they're both male, so it's not a breeding pair. I think there's a tiny chance they adopt or something. Alright, I am hunting for that Golden Cape Shard, and that is level 98 fishing. Almost there. Level 102 Herblore, making super restores. Better Primal Extract. What an unlock. Is it a good unlock? Let's just say it's a good unlock. Look at that, 40 million XP in Constitution. I am constituted? Tough? Let's go with tough. Hey, I don't know when it happened, but I've been AFKing pretty hard. But that's the Gathering Golden Cape Shard. It took longer than I thought it would be, to be honest. So I'm at 4 out of 8 shards. The first 3 shards were basically free, just for being a member. I think the Combat Shard and the Support one I can get from Slayer. Artisan, I can get that from cooking. And bossing, I remember last time Arc Glacier or normal mode was a great method for that. And also you could buy one for 25 million GP. Let's see how desperate I get. It's not a shard, but it is level 94 cooking. Oh, that's another cape piece. I got halfway to 95 cooking, and that's 5 cape pieces out of 8. I do now have 6,500 cooked sharks. That's a lot of sharks. It's a good thing they don't go off in here. I'm not sure how good 6,000 sharks will smell after being left in a bank vault for 2 years. And there you go. Bossing Cape Shard is achieved. Oh, that's the Slayer Cape Shard. Actually, it's not. It's the Combat Cape Shard. But that's 7 Cape Shards out of 8. Okay, I wasn't really able to play for a few days. Now it's the last day to get the cape. And whilst it does hurt, I will be shelling out 25 million GP to this absolute scam artist at the Grand Exchange in order to snag my final cape piece. Hand them into the wise old man. And that's the Golden Cape. I actually kind of like it. Let's see how it looks with the hat. That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Now let's put them back in the bank and never look at them again. Alright, this book is gonna be level 113 Archaeology. That's so high. There you go, 113. Oh, that's halfway to 120. Wow, that is demotivating. These criminal bolts are going to get me to level 95 fletching. Nice. Alright, Necromancy is coming out imminently, and I've been thinking of what I can do to prep for this. There's probably lots of stuff. One thing I've heard is that once Necromancy comes out, you'll need to use extreme Necromancy potions to make overloads. So, right now you add 5 potions: extreme attack, strength, defense, range, and magic, but post Necromancy you'll need to add 6 potions. Existing overloads will still work as expected though to boost your necromancy stats. So my plan is to go all out on my herb tab and try to make as many overloads as possible with the herbs I currently have. I have 529 overloads currently in the bank, and another 107 toadstools still to go. I think I farmed all my toadstool seeds. I might have like a few planted I can still harvest, but toadstools are definitely the bottleneck. Despite killing over 600 Araxors, I still never seem to have enough toadstool seeds. One thing I will not be running out of though is lander times. I've got 12,000 left over from my Hellway grind, back when he dropped herbs instead of seeds, plus 3,000 dwarf weeds. I'm a little bit lower on the others. I've got 2,500 of Vantos. I think that might have been Bandos. I think I also got those in General Growlithe, yeah. And Snapdragons and Renars, those are from Growlithe too, I think. Alright, this is it. I've got 658 Overload 3 doses, 3 4-dose Overloads, and 66 6-dose Overload flasks. The flasks all come from Araxor, who sometimes drops them. This is actually more Overload doses than it looks like, because you can convert all the 3-dose potions into 4-dose potions, and then turn them into 6-dose combi potions, like Holy Overloads. So basically, for every 4 doses of raw Overload potion, you get 6 effective doses of combi Overloads. And there's also a chance for these to be double potions because I'm wearing the Herblore outfit, and sometimes the Overload doesn't get used up because of the Wasteless Herblore perk from Dungeoneering. But basically, this is at least 3,000 doses of Overloads once I turn them into combi potions, which is over 300 hours of combat, which is a lot. And probably a decent amount more than that because I'm not factoring in the double potions or Wasteless Herblore in that calculation. Anyway, it's a lot of juice is what I'm trying to say. Well, it's been a while. I can see from my video clips that I haven't recorded anything for about 3 months. Necromancy has arrived. Hero Pass has also arrived and since been deleted. I don't normally talk about stuff like this because I'm not sure people find it interesting listening to my thoughts, but I want to explain the big time gap in clips. I haven't been logging in because I've really struggled to find motivation to play. There's a few reasons for this. One is, from my understanding, Necromancy is very, very strong compared to the other combat styles, as well as very Ironman friendly in terms of gearing up. For me personally, I find this a bit demotivating, which might seem weird. Basically, I like fighting combat largely in order, where you go to God Wars 1 to get God Wars 1 equipment, then you go to God Wars 2 to get God Wars 2 armor, and so on. That's why I play Ironman, because I feel like I get to experience the game in a more gradual and measured way rather than just buying the best in slot and going straight to the endgame. As it currently stands, Necromancy lets you skip through most of the content and go straight to the endgame though. You can get all the way to tier 90 gear basically from just 2 bosses, and then do any other endgame content you like. I get why this is appealing from a game design standpoint. It massively reduces the barrier to entry to new accounts. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just, for me, it's demotivating. Because I don't want to skip straight to the endgame stuff. I want to experience RuneScape gradually, boss by boss, but if I don't do Necromancy, I'm basically handicapping myself. I think what I'm going to do is hold off on doing Necromancy until I've done a bit more God Wars 3, mostly getting my upgraded Kiln Capes from Zalzuk, as well as trying out Zamorak with my existing non-Necromancy gear. Then, once I've done all that, do the new Necromancy quest and incorporate it into my play. I also suspect that at some point, they might actually nerf Necromancy a bit, or buff the other combat styles, which would make me feel better about using it. The other thing that had killed my motivation to play this account was Hero Pass, and the negativity around it. For what it's worth, I thought it was a bad update, and I'm really glad it's gone. But the just incredible negativity that seems to have swallowed RS3 since then is actually what I found killing my enjoyment even further. Again, I totally understand why people hated the update. I also dislike the MTX direction Jagex is taking with RS3, that's why I play Ironman. But having it so that every time I logged into Reddit, all I saw was a wall of posts saying that RS3 was dead, people were deleting their accounts, the mods hate the game, Jagex is evil, it really made it harder for me to log on myself and play on my account and record clips. Like, I mean, I 100% support people vocally pushing back on updates they don't like, and that they think compromise the integrity of the game. And I'm glad the player base got Hero Pass scrapped because it was a genuinely bad and toxic update. But I also wish that when I went online, I saw a little bit more enthusiasm from people about this game that we've spent such a long time playing, and which I personally still really enjoy. And that was kind of the realization that made me log back in again. That it shouldn't really matter to me what other people think about RS3 or the state of the game or its direction. As long as I still have fun, I should still play, right? Which is why I'm back and still playing. So sorry if this clip comes across as whiny or entitled or self-involved or whatever. And maybe it's too boring for people to hear it, but it's something that's been on my mind and was impacting my desire to play and make videos, so I thought I would share it. Anyway, back to Eclipse. Alright, I finished up the artifacts from the new spot and unlocked at level 113, and back to the Zara spot, I reckon, for the rest of the level. I did manage to grab all of the recipe fragments for the Power Burst of Opportunity, which is a nice thing to tick off. Just make the recipe. It's worth 1,000,000 GP, that's cool. And I can learn it. I don't even have a level 103 Herb Lord to use it, but one day I'll be making those Power Bursts. Maybe. I want to try Zalzuk soon and grab the Igneous Stone that upgrades the Kill and Cape variants I already have. So I need Obsidian Fragments for... Oh wow, he just starts smacking straight away. Anyway, I need Obsidian Fragments to repair my Obsidian Armor, which gives a 55% damage reduction and a 10% accuracy boost against Zalzuk and all of his minions. So from my point of view, they are definitely the best in slot, and at least they're the best in slot out of what I have access to. Oh, a new collection log. Zokilek? What even is that? I messed this up slightly. I thought I needed 120 armor shards, but I think I needed more like 150, because the chest is not done yet. So I'll see you in a minute. Oh my god, the collection logs never stop here. Okay, I am all geared up and ready to go, and Zalzuk is a little intimidating man. I mean, he's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool looking boss. I want to stress to you that I really do not know what I'm doing. I have never done this boss before. I did look at the wiki a bit, so I have a rough idea of how the fight goes. The fight is basically like the previous fight caves, where you have these waves of mobs, and eventually I'm going to fight the big guy Zalzuk at the end. I'm hoping I can mostly safe spot the initial waves, because that's how the other caves work. Okay, this is about to be the end of the last wave, and I'm feeling pretty good actually. That was okay. Well, so I died. I didn't even make it to the pizza phase, which is apparently the hard phase. But you live and learn, or die and learn, I guess. I actually feel a little bit drained. I was holding so much tension in me, I didn't realize. That's a bit embarrassing. The good news is I don't need to fight all the previous waves now. I can just fight Zalzuk. But the bad news is you don't get a cape upgrade unless you do the whole fight in one go. So even if I do manage to get a kill here, I won't get the Obsidian Shard. I'm still going to do it though, because I need to learn how to kill the boss. I'm TPing out. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I'm doing something wrong. Okay. I think I'm getting the Searing Fire mechanic confused with the Quake mechanic, I think. So let's go again. Oh, it's the pizza phase! Oh, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. I am so far behind in the DPS race. This is ridiculous. Fuck. Well, I died again. So I do need to do more damage. So I think I'm being a bit of an idiot with my aura choice. I'm using Vampirism, so I'll take something else for that. No, it's the same. I'm TPing out. There's no way I'm finishing these guys in time. Yeah, I don't know if the issue is my mechanics, my rotation, my gear. I'll try again. It is conceivable that I just don't have the damage. I find that surprising though. I think I do have damage. I think this is a skill issue, and I think I just need to get good. Voiceover smash here. I mentioned the pizza phase earlier, and I think it's worth mentioning what that is and why it's hard. The pizza phase, as people call it, is the final part of Zook's standard rotation. In normal mode, he covers the floor with fire except for one small wedge, like a pizza slice, which is where the phase gets its name from. And then he starts channeling an attack in the center of the arena, that instantly kills you once he finishes. Additionally, Zuck summons 3 minions in succession. First, he summons a melee minion, then he summons a ranged minion, and finally he summons a mage minion. You have to kill all 3 before Zuck finishes channeling his instant death attack, or you, well, instantly die. You also have to keep moving around the room. Each time a new minion appears, the pizza slice of safety rotates around the room. This already represents a DPS race, but it gets harder. Each of the minions will rapidly heal unless you perform specific actions, which stop them healing for a few seconds. The melee minion needs to be hit by a stun, like Asphyxiate. The ranged minion needs to be hit by a threshold, or ultimate ability. And the mage minion is the simplest. You just have to stand next to it, within its shield, like in this clip, to stop it healing. Effectively, you have to focus on DPSing while also moving around the room and making sure you carefully manage both your abilities and adrenaline to stop the minions from healing, which, if it's your first time, is not trivial. Alright, this is going better, this is going better. Yes! I'll click the button! Oh, that was close. Wait, he has so much health. I'm gonna have to do this like 5 times, what the hell? Okay, the second pizza phase is actually going way better than the first. Wow, that was so much cleaner than last time. The boss has 100k HP, but I'm all out of everything. I need to TP out. I'm gonna try it one more time because I actually did a lot better there. I kind of messed up my inventory and my beast of burden, but I can do much better, I think. Okay, I'm past the 3rd pizza stage, and look at my inventory. It is stacked. I can definitely do this. Yes, nice. Okay, first kill at Zalzuk. I do not get my cape upgrade. It was not a perfect kill, but I do still get some loot. So let me take a look. Wow, I still get 6 million GP. So I get 9 tros, 2 manuscript pages, 5 charms, blood runes, reed seeds. Yeah, this is cool. This is something you don't see very often. 3 different levels from 1 set of daily tasks, and that is level 91 Hunter, 98 Divination, and 89 Woodcutting. It's a shame it only puts the Hunter up on the screen. Sad. It's KC2. I've just finished Heart Archon, and my resources are not looking great here. I don't really understand what went so badly wrong, but it's going to take a miracle to take out Zalzuk. Yeah, I got no food at all, so this is it. I might as well TP and save myself a bit of a death cost. Not going to be a perfect run, but I will finish it up because I need to get used to the mechanic. Alright, that is KC number 2. Definitely smoother than KC number 1. So that's like, yeah, 4 million in the chest, a bit more. Pretty cool stuff. Oh, this is so much better. I have a lot of stuff going into Zalzuk. I just need to not mess up the mechanics because they are brutal. The Igneous Stone. Not since Bandos. Gosh, that was tough. I mean, that is an intense fight. Just looking at my resources, I had quite a lot of brews left over, not much prayer. I mean, I'll think about it. Chest is, yeah, just basic stuff plus the Igneous Stone. Still pretty nice. Okay, I can only upgrade 1 cape per stone, so I'm going to go with the Mage Cape first, the Igneous Calmedge, because it will make the next 2 kills very slightly easier. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Alright, from all these items here, it's going to be level 103 Invention. Not far off 104, actually. Oh, this is by far my best run. This was super smooth. No, you die, Zalzuk. And there you go, a completely flawless run. Defeated all 3 challenges in a single attempt. That's the second Igneous Stone too. And that's Igneous Stone number 3. It's actually KC number 7. I had a bit of a regression on kills 5 and 6 where I started really struggling with doing the DPS in time for the pizza phase. I thought I got it down, but actually I think I'm still not quite there. Like sometimes I do enough damage and I feel like I have time to spare, and then sometimes I just barely get close to it. It's a bit weird. So This is probably going to be it for Zalzuk for now, at least until I decide to try hard mode. I got 7 kills, the fastest time was 33 minutes, and the only uniques were the 3 stones. Overall, pretty fun and quite challenging, especially Zalzuk himself. He does not mess around. He does a ton of damage. I mean, it is definitely a big setup from killing Jads, let me tell you. You could have made a case that I should have done this earlier before Zalzuk, but I went and AFK'd a little bit outside the Bic arena, not at Croesus himself, just outside it, and I picked up just over 6,000 anima of Bic, plus some mushrooms, some troves, and these random little books. And the reason I did this was so I can now charge my Pontifex Shadow Ring with 1,000 of these Bitcoins. And there you go, a fully charged Shadow Pontifex Ring. And now if I take it to White Steel back in Centerston, then for 5,000 extra anima of each type, the ring's effects will become passive, meaning I can wear a real ring, but still get the nice benefits of the Shadow Ring at the Centerston bosses. So yeah, I probably should have done that before, grinding out all that Karapak and Archglacial, but well, you know, I'm sure I'll be back, and it is done now. I think this is a good moment to end the episode. I feel like there was a lot of progress here actually, with learning a new boss and finally getting all of my upgraded capes. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment, all that good stuff if you enjoyed the video. It really helps to motivate me to make more content. So yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.